It's been over 2 years since OG lifted the Aegis in Shanghai. 2 years of cancelled lands, social distancing, and disappointment. 2 summers have come and gone without Slacks and Casey exchanging insults, without hallway shoulder checks or backroom molds. 755 long days. But the night is almost over. Soon the first light of day will shine above the horizon and thousands of Dota players will peek their heads out from behind a mound of empty Doritos bags and G Fuel canisters. Behold the brilliance of the dawn. Soon it will be the International. Alright gamers, we're starting off this series with everybody's 6th favorite NA Dota stack from this year, Team Undying. Undying was formed on January 3rd of this year after Team Crazy fucking imploded, leaving Moonmeander and Bryle teamless. These 2 cracked Canadians joined forces with Tomato, Saberlight, and Dubu to complete their squad. The team knew from the get-go that playing with an international roster would pose scheduling and paying issues, as Tomato was playing from Peru and Saberlight was playing from, I want to say, Europe. Undeterred, however, the team breezed their way through the closed qualifiers and prepared for DPC Season 1. Before we talk about DPC Season 1, we should probably talk about the players on Team Undying. Yeah, the transition into the player, when I talk about the player. Moonmeander is a memer and a schemer, with a big ol' massive wealth of skill in Dota 2. I think he's been around since like forever, but I first heard of him back when he was on the original OG squad, which was called Monkey Business at the time. This team went on a crazy run in the 2015-16 season, winning 2 majors and going into TI6 as the favorites. However, after a really good group stage, they were promptly bounced out of the tournament by 2 SCA squads, PNC and MVP Phoenix. Now remember that name. Soon thereafter, Moonmeander parted ways with OG.
The decision came pretty quickly after TI that removing Moon would be better for everybody. Obviously, not as good for him, but...
He joined the TI6 runner-ups Digital Chaos, aka Thunderbirds, aka Planet Odd, aka Iceberg Esports, aka Colostomy Bag Gaming. Then, apparently he went to SCA to play with Dindy and Mushi, before coming back to NA to bounce around to some random stacks and finally land on Team Undying. Oh, what a ride. Dubu got his start on the Korean squad MVP Phoenix, the very same team that bopped Moonmeander out of the TI6 uppers, and one of my all-time favorite Dota teams. Their unfiltered aggression was really something to behold back in the day, and it really makes me wish that Dota had taken off in Korea. After Phoenix dissolved in early 2017, Dubu moved to NA to play with Mason, for some reason. Soon after that, though, he went right on back to SCA to resurrect the Korean Dream Team with Immortals. Eventually, Dubu found his way to Crazy as a coach, and the rest is history. Tomato has been up and coming in the South American region for quite some time, and it seems like he finally came. Bryle is perhaps the most impressive player on Team Undying, considering the fact that he has been playing on both Undying and 4 Zoomers for the entire DPC. Wait, no, that's Bryle. Saberlight is,
Saberlight is one of the youngest offlaners in the scene and started off his career with Team Hippomaniacs.
Yep, that's Saberlight. I knew all that going in. Okay, back to the DPC. Team Undying went into the first season with the sole goal of making it to the major.
We want to go to the major, either groups or playoffs. It doesn't matter which one, but we want to go to the major. That's the objective.
The boys swept their first 3 matches before dropping a series to EG. Now the competition at the top echelon of NA Dota was very tight, with EG, Quincy Crow, and Undying fighting tooth and nail for their spot at the major. Undying would have to play out of their minds if they wanted a shot at the big stage, and they delivered. Bad Boys, Zoomers, and Quincy Crew all fell to Undying one after the other, and they forced a 3-way tiebreaker for first place, but only 2 teams could advance. It was in this tiebreaker that Undying slipped. They lost their best of ones against EG and Quincy and had to stay home from the major, even after a 6-1 record in groups. Now, missing out on the major has huge implications on a team's chances for making TI. No DPC points means no invite, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Undying, much like every single NA team who is an EG, is unsponsored. They earned 27 grand for getting 3rd place in the DPC, which might sound like a lot for just playing video games, but when you subtract the manager's cut and taxes and split it 5 ways, that is not a lot of money to live on for over 3 months, especially in NA.
Second verse, same as the first.
Season 2 rolled around, and yet again, Undying fell to Quincy and EG, missing tiebreakers and their shot at the major.
It's Groundhog Day.
The team stayed strong, knowing that they had one last shot at TI, the NA qualifiers. Most teams would have been broken by such heartbreaking misses back to back. Most would have split up or kicked somebody or, God forbid, brought on eternal envy. But not Undying. Undying believed in each other, and believed that their hard work would pay off. And they were right. TI qualifiers happened, and it was a goddamned bloodbath. Undying won series after series without dropping even a single game, eventually 3-0ing 4 boomers to secure their spot. It was crisp, it was clean, it was sensual. It was a little boring to watch just because it was so one-sided, but it did prove that they deserved a spot at the International. Undying had made it.
Get on my level, ho!
Merriam-Webster defines Undying as not dying. This is why Undying could make it to TI. Thank you. In just under 3 weeks, Undying will finally be able to play on the big stage. This team of washed-up has-beens and Tier 2 pretenders has a chance to prove that they can tango with the big boys. After missing back-to-back majors by just a single game, after having to face the eventual 1st and 2nd place teams in Dota Pit for elimination, after resorting to a fucking GoFundMe to pay for their boot camps, Undying efforts are about to finally bear fruit. Win or lose, I think that Undying have already proven themselves. They've proven that hard work, faith in your team, and perseverance yield results. They didn't split up when the going got tough, and now it's time for them to reap the rewards. Undying is already an NA Cinderella story, and I will be cheering for them as loud as anybody this September.